Yeah, let's get it out the way. Let's do predictions for the weekend. So, Harley, let's do your predictions. Let's do it that way. Let's do your predictions for the weekend. Harley, off you go.
So obviously Cardiff have we're at the Arms Park. Last time out at the Arms Park, we had a scrum and nothing else. But we've had that great win over the Stormers, and Scarlets were complete abject. So I've picked Cardiff by 10, which means Scarlets are going to win by about 37, because that seems to be the way these derbies are working at the moment. Is you get the win, and then the next game you lose, and it's going to be that nip and tuck all the way through the season.
Oh.
I mean, looking at it, I feel like Cardiff have seemed to have got their mojo. The attack's finally starting to click. Apologies if you can hear the baby going off. Yeah, I still think Cardiff's going to be a win, but knowing my luck, because the only other time I predicted Cardiff would win was against Scarlets, and we lost. So
I remember that one well. Lions and Dragons, then. So you got Cardiff by 10.
I've gone Lions by 30 purely because Dragons are literally going to be playing their backs coaches, their fly half or reserve fly half, and then Benetton Ospreys. I've been umming and ahhing, so I've before I put it down on the sheet, I swung between Ospreys by 1 or 2 points to a draw, to Benetton by 3, then Ospreys by 4, then I've finally settled on Ospreys by 3. Sorry, Benetton by 3. I've got it wrong on the sheet. I've got the sheet in front of me and I got it wrong. Benetton by 3. And the only thing I'm saying it is because Benetton at home, and it's a similar thing to the Ospreys by 1, pure vibes.
Right. Okay. James, Scarlet's trip to Cardiff. What's your prediction, my friend?
Cardiff by 12. I genuinely can't see. Scarlets are going to have to go big and deep this week to find a performance like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they need to get basics right. Genuinely wouldn't be surprised if you see Archie Hughes back in, just for that drop in the stink at 9. And either of them, because they both just didn't look like they wanted to be there. You're going to need some serious rejigging of that pack, because Reese Litterick is going to be fancying Wyn Jones a lot after watching that on the weekend. And you best hope that you better just wrap Fire Fafita up in cotton wool, because otherwise I can't see you having any parity up front. Johnny Williams needs to have a look at himself. Again, because he was.
I ask you to talk about Cardiff and Scars. And you just spend another 10 minutes.
He was shit. What do you want me to say? He's going to have.
He lost the battle of the shit 12 Welsh 12.
He's going to have, Willis or Ray Lilo or Mason Grady running at him, and Ben Thomas, and he looks abject at the minute. But yeah, so I think Cardiff should have too much. You look at the way Ellis Jenkins got them going. Tinas Dabia playing on the front foot looked really, really good. That try, the Hamer Webb try, if he can do that regularly, he's going to cause teams problems. So yeah, Cardiff at home, absolute fortress.
Okay,
and it's where all the Scarlets fans live anyway, so it's going to be a sellout.
Lions and Dragons.
Oh, Lions by 30, 35. Let's call it 35 just to be different. Again, they put how many to put on the Zebra? 67 was it? Something like that.
62, I thought, was it?
Either way, and I thought that was a nice looking Zebra side. I thought for it, they'll score some tries over there, and they didn't.
I know that was the Zebra side that drew with the mighty Cardiff.
Yeah, exactly.
61 points it got.
And then finally, what's the last? Oh yeah, Benetton. I think we're going to be sending a weekend team out because we've got Benetton 2 weeks in the trot. For people who don't know, we've got them away in the league and then at home in Europe. Toby Booth has said at the start of the season we want to target the Challenge Cup. So I can see us sending not a weak squad, but a weekend squad. So I'm going to go Benetton by 8. There.
Oh, far off. I'd already written down under your predictions Benetton by 7, so I wasn't far off. I'm quite impressed with my predictions of your predictions. So, Jamie, what do you make of Cardiff and Scarlets, mate?
It would be peak Cardiff if they lost to the Scarlets on the weekend. It really would, because they've always been, I don't know if Ali agrees, to me, Cardiff have always been that really inconsistent team where they'll pick up results against teams they're not expected to, but then in the games where they are expected to, they seem to fail. And I wonder, look, it was a really good win against the Stormers. Are they getting a bit too carried away at CF10 now with that win? I wonder, And the Scarlets, they did beat Cardiff, didn't they, already this season?
Yeah.
They do, to be fair, the Scarlets do well against Cardiff. They know how to beat them. And they will have good support because they all be coming up from Pontcanna. So it's going to be a sea of red there. What was you going to say, Ali, before I make my prediction?
I was going to say I don't know what the opposite of a flat track bully is, but it's definitely Cardiff, where you somehow completely shit the bed against worse teams and then somehow beat the better teams.
Yeah. I mean, logic says that Scarlets shouldn't have any chance. They've rock bottom. They've conceded 200 points in their 4 away games this season. But I actually think it's going to be closer than what people think. I am going to go for Cardiff by 5. But I will not be surprised if Scarlets really turn up and give Cardiff a good game and even beat them. That would not surprise me, because I am expecting Dragons to be bottom of the league this coming weekend, because I do think Scarlets will they only need a bonus point and I'll lift them above Dragons. I don't think Dragons are going to get anything out of the game against the Lions. So I'm going to go for Cardiff by 5.
Right.
Lions, Dragons, it's going to be 30 plus points. Like I said, I don't know who's playing at 10. I've just been told now that Will Reed has gone through his HIA protocols. They're hoping he's going to come through it. But if not, who knows who they're going to pick at 10.
Do you want to
They're
risk
battered, they're bruised. Oh, yeah, because I think this is desperate times now, mind. We got nothing. We got no options. We don't want to be playing Steph Hughes and Jordan Williams. I think this is an occasion where if he's been passed, medically fit by the doctors, if he's given the all clear, he's got to play. He's got to play if he is fit and available. But it's going to be tough, isn't it? They can't get involved in the set piece game because we know Dragons can't cope with the power. I agree with what Ali said earlier. I think we just got to throw caution to the wind. So fuck it, just have a chuck about. Try not to take them on up front, because if they do, they'll lose. But I am expecting it to be another tough day for the Dragons in South Africa. So I'm going to go for Lions by 35. Benetton Ospreys. I'm finding this really hard to call because to me this could go both ways. I'm going to lean towards Benetton just because of home advantage. I think if this was in Swansea, I would fancy Ospreys. But because it is in Benetton and it's become a very hard place to go, Benetton had a cracking win against Edinburgh. I know some Edinburgh fans would moan about the ref and they chucked it away at the end, taking on that. But the fact of the matter is that was a really impressive win. And they're a bloody good team now, Benetton. So I'm going to go for Benetton by 4.
Oh, see, I predicted
So
you go
close.
Benetton by 2. It was close. This is my new game, predicting the predictions.
These are closer than your actual predictions.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'd be good if this was the game. Right. Okay. So let's do.
So Scarlets by 27, Dragons by 6, and Ospreys by 42. I reckon Lee's going for.
So, I think that there will be a reaction. I'm hoping there will be. The best fucking well be, because if there isn't, then genuinely Dwayne Peel is looking at the new year and looking at the job sheets, because there's got to be something. And the same goes for Gareth Williams, the defense coach for fucking. So yeah, I'm expecting a reaction, a massive reaction. So I'm gonna go Scarlets by 1. No.
I was wondering if he's going to go for Scarlets win.
That is some proper.
He did.
Have you been sniffing glue? Genuinely. There was 30 missed tackles.
No, I've gone Scarlets by 1. Okay, Scarlets by 1 is as close as it gets, boys. Okay, Scarlets by 1. Apart from when we're playing Leinster. Right, Lions and Dragons. I've got to go somewhere. I've got to recover some points here somewhere. So I'm going to go Lions by 40. So that, in fact, I only need to go Lions by 36, don't I? Yeah, if I go Lions by 36, then anything 36 and above, then I get the points. Fuck off. You 4 You three, out of the four of us, you three all scored 4 points because you had the same score.
Shark score.
And I'm like, you bastards, I've got one, you lot got 4 each.
What did you get in the Cardiff one, Lee?
Fuck off, kids.
Out of interest, who set up the scoring system for this league?
Me. And if you don't like it, you
So
can
whose
fuck
fault?
off.
So whose fault is it that you got fucked over?
Anyway, let's focus. Let's focus.
Watch Dragons only lose by 29 now.
Yeah, I'd be pissed off. Like, yeah. Okay, Benetton and Ospreys. So again, I'm gonna go Benetton by 10 on this one, just because Benetton at home. A lot of their decent players are back this week as well. I think Ospreys will rest a lot of players, James, and I think Benetton will target this one. So I think it could be a lot more, but
it's not a bad thing either. Like from an Ospreys, but I think every fan is, who I've spoken to, has said, they would like a Challenge Cup run because they genuinely have a proper chance. And I don't see Benetton. Benetton are flying high in the league right now. They have a big squad, but do they have a good enough squad to compete on both fronts? I don't think they do. I think they really want that playoff spot and qualification for the Investec Champions Cup. So I can see them sending a weakened squad out to us.
Yeah.
So
protect them.
That actually raises quite an interesting point. If you'll just allow me quickly, Lee. Do you think it's going to be easier for a Welsh side to get the Champions Cup by winning the Challenge Cup this season? And do you think that if you're Scarlets and Ospreys and you want a Champions Cup rugby, and God knows what you would with the squads we're going to have next season, but do you think the Challenge Cup's probably an easier run than trying to get in the top 8?
Well, no, because Scarlets are going to go to Georgia, and their scrum is going to be fucking under pressure.
But remember, the Black Line play. It's like the Georgian second team because all their best players play in France.
I think it's a really interesting question, Harley, that we'll talk about another time when I can be asked to think about it. Because thinking
it's been
right
a tough
now,
one for Lee tonight, isn't it?
I've had a tough one. I've had a really shit weekend. I haven't had a shit weekend. I've had a busy weekend and then a shit game of rugby. I've had a crazy busy day today, and then I knew I'd have to come on and face fucking Smug Boy. And Smug Boy is bad enough, but without Smug Boy and his fucking sidekick, look at me, arsewipe boy, it's too much, boys.
Have you looked at the Twitter account today? By any chance? The Irish Twitter account is going off.
Yeah, no, I haven't. But